Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Today we're looking at Psalm 139, at least the first part. We're going to do verses 1 through 12 this week. And I'm looking at the final stretch, the home stretch as you would have it, of the teaching in the Psalms. 139 begins that final section, that final push, as we make our way to Psalm 150. We've got about 13, 14 weeks left in the year. I'm going to be breaking down the remainder of the Psalms into 15 lessons. So that means that we're going to be done way before March. We'll be done probably by the end of January. Just a little housekeeping there, just to keep you apprised of what's going on. We're looking at going right up to the week before Christmas, and then the week after New Year's, we'll pop back in and probably do 2 or 3 Psalms in January, and then we'll close down for February and come back in March. There are going to be some things I'll need to do, I think, before we take off on our third trip through the Psalms. I want to redo some logos, and I want to redo the intro music and some other things. So we'll probably take a month off and then hit it again beginning in March of 2021. So today, the first part of Psalm 139, and Psalm 139 is the relationship in which man stands to God. So this is all about me. Like last week. Last week we talked about the me and thee. It's a me and thee psalm. Well, here we have another me and thee psalm. This one is a little more formal in its approach because of the way it treats God. It gives us some information about God that we may have forgotten, although the psalmist has treated this before, but we have it here in stark detail in Psalm 139. So we have God's knowledge, His presence, and His sight here in the first 12 verses. So you look here with me, and today we're going to look at verses 1, 2, and 3. O Lord, Thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knowest my downsitting and my uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path and my lying down. Thou art acquainted with all my ways. So you understand, you see how God knows. Now it says, you have searched me. God doesn't search us so that He can know us. He searches us so that we can know ourselves. You have searched me and known me. God knew us from the very beginning. He didn't have to understand who we were or try us out. No, God always knew. He searches us and He knows us. And then you notice how verse 2 amplifies that. You know my downsitting and my uprising. So even in those small little, verbs of daily living, the activity of daily living, I get up and I sit down how many times a day? God knows every one of those. You understand my thought afar off. Not only does He know our actions and what we're doing, but He knows what we're thinking. That's why it's so important for our meditations to be good ones, healthy meditations. You compass my path and my lying down. You are acquainted with all my ways. He surrounds us in such a way and knows us so intimately that He even knows every single time we lie down. He knows where we're going. He knows every way that we take in our minds and with our feet, with our mouth and with our hands. God knows every one of those. He didn't have to learn it. Friends, He knew it from the very beginning. This is the omniscience of God. He knows all about us. He knows all about, I said us, but notice that in the psalmist words, it's me. He knows the individual in everything about them. My downsitting, my uprising, my thoughts, my path, my lying down, all my ways are known by God. Join me again tomorrow. We're going to look at verses 4 through 6 and see more about what God knows here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.